5 MotoE season, the final round ever for the championship. It's an emotional goodbye to the electric class after 7 seasons, but 7 really is the magic number. 7 riders can still win the last ever MotoE crown, and within the next 24 hours, all will be known. Portimao and MotoE, thanks Harry. Winners, 23 podium finishes. What will be 78 races by the end of this weekend, and countless lap battles. It's been special in MotoE. For one final qualifying shootout, join myself, Tissot, Neil Morrison in commentary, as well as Elliot York in his lane. To November, Portuguese weather has been anything but the cliches of the Algarve summer. Just in time for one last hurrah in MotoE qualifying, the heavens have opened. You can see the track temperature might be a chilly 21 degrees, the air temperature just around 14, but it's that on your screen that we can see, and I'm not talking about the trees, the rain, the drizzle, the mizzle, which has installed for this circuit all afternoon, but finally, at the end of the day, just as MotoE were thinking they got away with it, they haven't. And this is going to be one heck of a Qatar Airways Grand Prix Portugal MotoE qualifying. It has been remarkable. This season has seen it all. Or has it? Has Portimao got something left in the locker to unleash onto us here for the final round ever in the MotoE World Championship? Neil, 7 riders still in with a chance of claiming the title. It is wide open, and even more so now as the heavens open and the race falls. Good afternoon. Everyone else to steal the march, and also riders that aren't in title contention. Riders such as on your screen, Jadwal, Eric Varga, who have been within striking distance of most early on in the season, to really go out on a high. There is also the opportunity for riders not in absolute title contention. Those on the outside, those on the fringes of that being able to be in title contention in race 2, the likes of Eric Bernardo, Andrea Mantovani, Nicholas Spinelli, all of those who have a chance, but perhaps not the favourites. It's a chance for them for a caution to the wind here in Portimao. Not so much big rider, Alessandro Zacconi. Well, first in the championship, but what it is after, he's going to have to face now. And the Algarve. We're looking at George's time, gearing up to head out to the track, but I've got to say, as we see our first riders already venturing out, we are green on this one. Lorenzo Baldassari finds himself down here in Q1, along with Alessandro Zacconi, your championship leader. Hector Garza, your outgoing champion, who's on your screens right now, will be looking to try and bag a first victory of the season. He is not in title contention, and keep an eye on the likes of Andrea Mantovani, someone a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, who could perhaps make the difference in these very tricky conditions. Now, this is our first look at the track as well. This MotoGP Practice ended, and it doesn't look great, does it? It looks very, very tricky out there.
Everybody has to be quite first on there.
So, you get a feel Sliding all the way through. I think that timing tower is wrong. George Torres on the power timing 3 Tom has gone top ahead of Alessandro Ciccone and Enrico Gutierrez and Lorenzo Baldassari. Word up the pit lane, at least down there, it is dry. Well, not dry, it's no longer raining. So, total Opry, just less than 4 minutes to go until the second flag comes out. These guys are going to stay out on west, that's for sure, and that is going to be racing all the way. So it's going to make for a very interesting start to Q2. Mantovani's on top and Taylor is second quicker. The Baldassari up guard to the air and moves up into third place as well ahead of Torres. Varga in fifth. That yellow and black bikes are there. The Mantovani's inside are here. Then it's Garza and Samus Gradoni, Herrera and Tamarocchi competing for 10 riders who are out there at the moment. Who's go through up into Q2, I remind you. So it is at the premium, the graduation into the qualifying shootout. And right as well, Neil, to touch on something you just said. If you are able to move through into Q2, it undoubtedly gives you an advantage. The only thing is, because the conditions are evolving and the times are going quicker, there's difference, the finite difference between staying upright and finding yourself in the gravel. It's so quick.
going over to Garrett. Well, Baldassari and Max Van very, very technical. Right, on the final lap.
Absolutely, and they're not on absolute stunning lap either, so we'll have to wait and see how this one all rolls out. We are looking at Oscar Gutierrez trying to move to P1 and get himself into Q2, but we'll have to wait and see. Garza's taking the flag third, but he's not coming through. It's going to be a lowly qualified performance for the Spaniard. Mantovani improves, which confirmed in fourth and fifth, so he's in Q1. Gutierrez is provisionally at the moment in Q1, but Zacconi usurped him late on a 1:59, absolutely dead, so fantastic stuff from the 61. Jordi ties the 81 through the third sector with his 400 off. It looks like he should be Zacconi, but I'm not sure Gutierrez is going to hold on. Yes, he is, because that is Jordi Torres. Jordi Torres has literally and metaphorically thrown it all away on the final climb. That turn 13. We said it's a pinch point deal. I presume he's lost the front under braking there, and Jordi Torres, who was looking good to rear third, so finds himself third and Gutierrez. after a rain-filled action-packed Q1, we are in a drying out that's equally as dramatic. Q2 is about to get underway in the next few moments. We see Alessandro Zacconi and Oscar Gutierrez going through into that session, and they're going to be joining our championship contenders without Andrea Mazzolani, Lorenzo Balsari, not of that Q1 session. Dark here, very, very dark. You see the clouds are rolling over the hills in the background, and really this track is wet. I'd be very surprised if we see anything other than wet in this session, even if a dry line does appear. But we're isolated to cause any red flag, any delay, and to give that track a chance of drying up is going to be getting on for being very, very tasty. Come the end of the next 10 minutes, you're in the company of Nico Giles and Neil Morrison up here in commentary and Shaw is down in pit lane and of course. Joining him moving through Neil's that session, it was decided right at the end, and I don't think it's going to be too different here. Coming up. Well, corner from where we started on the
that. That's one side that Friday, we got 4-9 yeah. Pretty cool. Not really representative of what it's like. Always most unpredictable of seconds to get us through to our championship deciding day tomorrow. Join us, please. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. 12 lights out for our first encounter, and it's 4 o'clock for the second one. Not one thing has the fancy. On the line. A winner here in our 1 year 240 round. Whether or not he's going to be able to get in on the action tomorrow and indeed in better because again it's himself and Alexander is going to qualify downfield in this one. Opens the door massively to the likes of Matteo Ferrari and Eric Granado. Ferrari has dropped it. Matteo Ferrari. That is the turn 4. A very unconventional accident there, of course. Down on the left-hand side of the tyre, coming through after 3 consecutive right-handers at the start of the lap. But here, Matteo Ferrari has gone down. Let's see what condition that bike's in. Whether or not he's able to get it going, whether or not he's allowed to get it going, of course, as well. But Matteo Ferrari, well, after his win in Lozano last time out, suddenly come crashing back down, and that'll be yellow flag all over there at turn 4. And for as long as he's trying to take that bike up, the yellow flag will stay out. They've gone in now, so all danger and caution is now out of the way in terms of that crash site. There's a real disaster there for Matteo Ferrari, and for everyone behind him, that's last cancellation. Bike up final 5 minutes. Final 5 minutes. Tomorrow, Ferrari's third overall, he's got 12 points. Alexander's going to the championship, and well, that's not an ideal start at all. Yeah, absolutely. And the lap times coming in, and these guys thought their first lap. I can tell you they're way off what Alexander and Gagnon and Gutierrez were able to do. They're about 3 seconds or so away, but of course, it's the first time they're seeing this track in these kind of conditions. Got by the rest of the yellow comes through on the speed most brilliantly, and that's 4th for him. Bernardi at the moment 3rd. Bernardo's gone up to 2nd behind his teammate Matteo Casadei. Both of those guys inside of the attention. They'll be careful and cautious not to take things up there from other, so they both have an equal, or at least an opportunity going into tomorrow's race 2. It can't be done like you want for those guys. Yeah, Ferrari has got back forward. Number 3. That's the time. They're not just going to have to go. Ferrari coming across the line. Yeah, moment. You've just got to get on with it and fight the bullet right now, because going down to pit lane, some people's track times aren't going to be able to work out the quickie areas in this track. You've got full line around this track in the conditions, your braking marks and all the rest of it. Coming down the hill at turn 11 into turn 12, your provisional pole system is here, say 1.4 under what you've been able to do so far. That's still going to be a little bit off what the others were doing earlier on in Q1. The Koenig and Gutierrez, they'll go out, check them out. Boston is in the final sector and is about to come across the line to set his effort. At the moment, Jadwal Bernardo in an LCR E312 and Luca Bernardi in that P3 on the Aruba Cloud Moto3 machine. He's been here, of course, back in World Super Sport and all kinds of fun back in the past. So keep an eye on the likes of Luca Bernardi. Nicolas Spinelli, a winner here last year in a provisional pole system at Arnie Longer today. Up there, 2 minutes flat, 0.9. That's still a little bit off what they were doing earlier. So keep an eye on the likes of Alex Bernardo, who's about to come to the line. Does he be able to improve it? And take that provisional pole away. There's just over 3 minutes left to go, so that time's going to continue to shuffle. Up from where he left off earlier on in Q1. He just has to be careful not to be overconfident as we say inside spin when you're moving through from one section to the other. The Ferrari has come across the lights on a banker in that for 16. The return Ferrari after that fall, and he's got a time on the board. He's had a teammate at the moment, even with a bent handlebar. The Koenig 9 tenths under Eric Bernardo's time. I'm not sure that's going to be necessary because of what he's able to do earlier on though, Neil. We've seen what he's able to do in the final sector. It seems to be gaining time all the way around this track. Alessandro Zacconi, your championship leader, is about to set his first flying lap in Q2. He came from Q1 in P1 and he goes to P1 on a 59.800. That's a solid job indeed from Alessandro Zacconi, but the likes of Casadei, Oscar Gutierrez and Eric Bernardo are all acclimatising to the conditions, and they are all looking to try and knock Zacconi on his P1 turn with 90 seconds on the clock to go. Behind me, keep an eye on the number 99, and then jumps up to 10, back to 10, going to the back of the earth, here is your back, almost the back of the time of the 4-5, 9.1, brings up off the earth, but short, or 4 minutes, or 5 minutes, and Bernardo moves up into Q2, off a bit of time, in that final sector. Oh, he lost the bump there, into turn 1, that's going to be a big one. Bernardo will eventually caught in the gravel, but that is going to be an absolutely destroyed Ducati 321L. Eric Bernardo, I hope it's alright, but that was a big old fall down into turn 1. We're going to get a replay of it. It's so tricky at the best of times. Also, in these tricky conditions, that's when there was absolutely not a chance the Brazilian was saving that one, Neil. Yes, the upright, wet weather track, and impact on there on the white shoulder. Yellow flag, yeah. 20 hours had to go back again. Next lap, probably wouldn't be valid. I don't know if he'll get round in time anyway, so he might be okay here. Alessandro Zacconi, but let's hope Eric Bernardo is okay. Your pole sitter from last year, the provisional front row starter in 2025, and he could be even here tomorrow as champion, but that is not a good way to start your campaign for a title tilt in the final weekend. The Koenig is going to come to the line. The Koenig is going to go P1, the 61 then, your championship leader, sets the fastest back time across the 2 qualifying sessions, and this Alessandro Zacconi, 61 Aruba Cloud MotoE team, Ducati, goes in to P1, and that looks like pole for Oscar Gutierrez. Still right there ahead of Mattia Casadei. So we're going to take our across the line. Oscar Gutierrez first to Koenig. Not big time.
Cassidy off of the front row. So a bit of a problem for the number 40. He'll go to the head of the second row. Finelli, second, moving up late on. Raphael Briscoe, fantastic stuff there. So the 77 won the United Championship history. So he has put in his best qualifying performance of the year. Up in sixth ahead of Luca Bernardi, who stayed the same there. Matteo Ferrari down in 8th. Is he able to improve late on?
Still on the lap here. I wonder if he's might be the best still on track on it. Number 1 taking out the box up and now as it stands. It's all happening now. From third row to third row. Oh, thank you.
Oh, good to see Eric Ronaldo. I think he's got a right smile, and Eric Ronaldo, well, thankfully, he's walking away and he looks pretty alright to me. So Eric Ronaldo, well, this is exactly what happens under braking. It's tricky down here, the weight transfer on any kind of bike down into turn 1. And Eric Ronaldo, oh dear me, and that bike, he's coming in at some velocity there, is some energy being traded with one of those hits of deck, and that bike will have absolutely bounced across that gravel trap and destroyed itself. So number 51 has not been a nice ride into Neil, but he has got onto the front row at least.
Today I'm not 100% happy because the practice I was so strong but with the wrong strategy and I went with the main tires, also
Gutierrez, and it's easy to forget just the kind of injuries he went through earlier on this year, back at Le Mans when he was right at the end of the deal. Top 20 in second, coming through Q1, and obviously Gutierrez getting the job done. MotoE Qualifying. What a final day we have got coming up for this MotoE World Championship. Not just 2025, but in general, it is the end of an era. But what an era it has been, and what style it is going out in. Alessandro Zacconi, Oscar Gutierrez, Neville Granado, your front row. Tony Granado, Saturday 4th, Spinelli 5th. Next up, Matteo Ferrari in 8th place. They are your championship contenders within the top 10. 13th and 14th for Maserati and Valtteri. They take the championship leader. Will this be the 61 days tomorrow? Find out. Big day, live, 4 o'clock for race 2 as well. Don't want to miss it. Goodbye and enjoy the rest of your day.